Hey everyone, John here with another video. Today's video is going to be a 1-year review of one of my favorite rods that I enjoy using. You've seen it a lot on my channel, especially this year. Yeah, so this is a 1-year review, or I should say 1 year and 2-month review, as I got this rod in August 2020, right? The rod in real. Right here. It's my LOOMIS GLX, the 852S JWR jig worm rod, and the SHIMANO twin power C3000XG. So what I was looking for in a rod for this technique was an extra fast tip, right? Nice crisp extra fast tip, and a good amount of backbone down the middle to the butt end. So here's the tip right here. Right, see how crisp it is. It bends all the way to the 4th guide, and then that's it. Right, it's got good backbone. Right, great rod, nice and sturdy. I use it for wacky rig. Right, so I replaced my St. Croix Mojo Bass wacky rig rod with this over here. LOOMIS GLX 852S, 7'1", medium extra fast. There's a 1/8 to 3/8 ounce lures and 6 to 12 pound line, and the bait on it right here is my own custom bait, G&M lures, 5-inch banger stick worm and June bug. And the hook I use, I actually really enjoy using these hooks. The Hayabusa wacky weedless wacky hook, right? And I have the Shimano twin power C3000XG. You know, it's when Shimano puts C in the beginning of their sizes, right? What that means is it's pretty much adopting the same body as, say, a 2500 to a 3000. C is just a bigger spool. Or like if you go from a 4000 to a 5000, you'll see a C5000 because it's the same body as the 4000. But I digress. So I'm running 15 pound Power Pro, right? Right now it's on a 10 pound Berkeley Vanish leader. Usually I run 8 pound Sunline FC Assassin. Right, and this rod is extremely balanced. Right, you can see it right here. Right, don't forget the reel weighs 7.6 ounces. Right, and I got a lure here too. Right, and I'm balancing it on my finger like this. The cork's a little dirty, but I did seal it with U40 cork seal. Right, so the cork is sealed. I don't really like to cake on the cork sealer because sometimes it'll leave kind of like a glossy finish and kind of take away from the cork. So I just do one light coat and then I let it cure for 48 hours. And you do have to reapply. I would say depends how much you use it. I'm just going to reapply every year. Right, every off season I'll clean my cork, dry it, and then put another coat of U40 cork seal. So now to get to the meat and potatoes of this rod, the LOOMIS GLX is, as you know, their second highest rod, next to the NRX, which is now NRX Plus, and pretty much the GLX has been in the LOOMIS line for over 20 years. They have their graphite blends, which, you know, they don't say what it is, and I don't blame them. It's extremely light rod, right? And they have a multi-taper design, so it's not one solid piece. They attach the tapers onto it, and as you know, it tapers in. So yeah, so by using multiple types of tapers, you could pretty much fine-tune the action of the rod. right? And then, you know, with their process of resins, you get one nice smooth piece, right? Now, GLoomis doesn't state how they do their blends or whatever, and I don't expect them to, right? It's just what it is, right? And this rod is made in Washington, right? Made in the United States. The 852, it's probably one of their most versatile rods in their lineups. You can do anything with this 852S, from wacky rigging, Neko rigging, you know, Ned rigging. A lot of people use the 852 for Ned rigging because it's a little more stout. I like to use a lighter rod for Ned rigging, but yeah. Fuji Alkanite guides, as you can see right here, right, with the titanium color, right? No recoils on these because it's not the NRX, right? NRX has the torsites to the recoil, right? And you can really put, like, through my experience, you can really put the power on these fish with this rod. You could cast it a mile, like, you know, you've seen my videos using wacky rigs with this rod. This rod casts a mile. You have a decent warranty with the GLoomis. You know, you have the expediter where you pay X amount, and I think it's like 180 bucks or something, and they'll replace your rod with no questions, right? That seems to be the route that a lot of people who have broken GLoomis rods. I've never broken one, and I hope I never do. So back to the blank. So as I explained about the tapers, the taper is a high modulus graphite, right? And they have a certain type of resin which is very fine, right? They do it to keep the weight down, right? Because obviously more resin you put, right, the more weight is going to add to the rod, and it'll also cushion the sensitivity, right? So this has the resin on it, but the NRX is a bare blank, right? So now, price of this rod. So I got this rod in August 2020, and I paid $580 for it, right? The reel, you could get the reel for around $600 to $620 at local retailers. I was fortunate enough to get a good deal on the GLX. So when I was in the market for this GLX, it was either the GLX or the St. Croix Legend X, right? The Legend X I was looking for, it was around a 610 medium extra fast, or a 7, I think it was a 7-foot medium extra fast. I'm not sure. I gotta look into that later. But nobody had the Legend X. Like, I've searched everywhere. I'm in Toronto, and within like a 50-kilometer radius, I couldn't find any. So I went to this one shop called Bass City, and lucky he had the this GLX, right? Obviously I called beforehand, and yeah, I got a deal on it, $580, and after that the rest was history. I had my twin power ready and grabbed some braided line, and I spooled it up. So now let's get to the reel, right? The Shimano Twin Power FD, like I said, you know, C3000XG, right? It's got the, I think it's a 6:4 gear ratio, you know, 170 of 8. And you got, with the 3000, obviously, you get the paddle handle, right? 15-pound braid. Tons and tons of features on this rod. Extremely powerful. It's not the lightest reel by any means, but you could honestly feel the torque of this reel, and it's super smooth. Like, this is almost as smooth as a Stella. So it comes with a ton of stuff. You know, the X Protect, right? The water repellent system. It pretty much has a maze inside, and it doesn't allow the water to get in. It's got the Hagen gear, micro module. I think it's micro module 2 gear. I think this has. Right, it's got the titanium coated line roller, right, over here. Titanium coated line roller, right. Yeah, it's got a whole ton of things. It's got the CI4, right, I assume it's a CI4 side plate, right, silent drive, SARB, that's the silent anti-rust bearings. It's got silent drive, waterproof drag, G-free body, which means it's ergonomic and it's more closer to the rod, right? Hagane body, right? Propulsion line management system, right? All of that fun stuff, right? And as soon as I put this reel on here, it was a match made in heaven, right? I mean, I'm probably never going to take this reel off of this rod, right? And I'm probably never going to sell this rod. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite combos, probably more than my drop shot combo, my Vanquish and 852S, right? The NRX, right? So if you're looking for, if money isn't an issue for you, right, and you like high quality stuff, if you're looking for a technique specific, whether it be wacky rig, Neko rig, Ned rig, even deep water drop shotting, if you're drop shotting in Lake Simcoe or Lake Erie and in 15 to 30 feet of water, even deeper, right, this rod easily gets the job done, right? But yeah, like it's a great rod. I love the power of it. You have full confidence in the gear when you cast. You know, you could really play a fish real good. And you have the power of the twin power on it, right? Torque is there. You know, you don't even feel any resistance on the reel. Like it's crazy how far they've come. You know, out of 10, you know, the rod, I give it a 9. Reel, I give it a 9. Right? You know, the combo's a solid 9 out of 10. Right? You know, I've been experimenting hooks. The Hayabusa hooks are really good. I always hook them at the top of the mouth. Right? But yeah, that's my review. It's been a solid performer for over 14 months, no complaints, right? I'm a G Loomis fan. I like St. Croix as well. You know, I tend to have mix of both of those rods. So yeah, it's definitely an upgrade from the Mojo Bass that I had, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. Obviously, there's a bunch of different models. I'll be doing more review videos soon. I got a bunch of stuff I have to review, or I want to review, right? It's been over a year. But yeah, also the bait, I'll put a link to my Instagram baits page where you could check it out. Very effective baits with this rod, right? You work them fantastic. And yeah, take care of your gear. You know, like I said, I take care of my rods. I use a rod glove for it, right? And I also have a reel cover right here for the twin power, right? So you take care of your investment. Over the winter, I'm going to clean the cork and apply another coat of U40 cork seal on it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.